Okay.
Rosie and Kez hear what they say, just between us, no need for fuss. They keep it real, help you to heal straight up. Millsy and Kez, straight up. Millsy and Kez, straight up. Millsy and Kez.
Hey.
Hey, hey, girl.
Welcome to episode 29. Oh my goodness.
What? Do you remember
Yeah.
when you were 29?
That seems like a while ago. Yes.
Years.
It was a good time. I got married when I was 29.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was a good year. Nice year.
So 2026. I thought when I was younger, I thought there's no way I'm even going to contemplate getting married until I'm at least 30. But, things happen.
Yeah.
You find the right one, you just grab them with both hands.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
2026 seemed like a long way off when we were 29 years old, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Excellent. Yeah. What have you been doing, Amelia Dart? What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
You know me, I'm an eternal, not an internal, well, that too, an internal and an eternal seeker. I love to expand my knowledge. When I start going down rabbit holes, I'm there for it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm always buying books to add to my to be read collection because my to be read collection is probably bigger than my actual read collection because I listen to podcasts a lot. I read articles, and everyone's got a book, right? Everyone's selling a book or referring a book that changed their lives or picked up good stuff. But I do love collecting books. So the one that it's actually here. This one, it's called Breath.
I've got
Breath
that. Yes.
By James Nestor. You've read that one?
Yes, very interesting book.
It was referred to me when I was at a workshop and breathwork was a component of it. And they just said, oh, if you want to change the way you breathe, read this. There's tons of books about breathwork, but this one, I'm loving it. I'm about 3/4 of the way through it. So I should knock it off in the next few days. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
The good thing about that book is it's very science-based as well. Like
Yes.
it goes right into the science and the evolution of humans even really. Like we used to have the reason why we don't sleep very well these days is because our mouths are so much smaller than what they used to be back, say, like, in caveman days, because we used to have to really chew our food because we didn't know to boil things up and things weren't as processed as what they are. So our mouths were bigger. So we had, more bigger openings to be able to take breath.
And our noses used to be a lot wider.
Yeah.
And now everyone's trying to get skinnier noses, which actually doesn't help our breathing at all.
No, absolutely. And it was just fascinating to all that. So we get a smaller mouth, so not as much air in. And him and a friend from, was it Norway or somewhere, have done this like science experiment where they spent 10 days with their mouths taped over and just breathing through their nose, and then another 10 days with their noses plugged up and breathing through their mouths, and the difference that it made. So if you're someone who suffers from snoring or sleep apnea and you're wondering why you're waking up exhausted, that's the book to read because it will tell you exactly the
mouth breathing is one of the worst things we can do to our own health. And you might think, well, hang on, it's just another pathway, right? But the way the nose and the back end, the way it's all designed, it is, if athletes were to run and only breathe through their nose, they're going to get better results. People that only nose breathe are healthier. They have more longevity. There's just so many benefits to nose breathing as opposed to mouth breathing. So like my son Oscar, every time I check on him when he's sleeping, he's got his mouth open, which means he's breathing through his mouth at night. And that's, you might have seen people using mouth tape for at night because he'll wake up with, stinky breath and exhausted and irritable and all the rest of it. Teenage. But I think, hang on, maybe this is, as I'm going through the book, I'm thinking maybe we need to work on him doing nose breathing at night and just see if that makes a difference after a week or so.
And if he's unable to nose breathe, maybe that's maybe going to an ENT to find out there's any reason why he isn't able to breathe through his nose well.
Yeah,
So
he does
yeah,
during the day. It's just at night his mouth's always open. And when your mouth's open, you generally breathe through it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, but yeah, so far my husband invested in one of these anti-snoring pillows that looks
Oh
like
yeah, how's that?
it doesn't work at all. I think it's
No.
actually made him worse. So
Is
so
he does he sleep on his back?
oftentimes I see him sleeping on his back. Yeah, yeah.
Mouth
So
open? Yeah.
yeah, and noisy, noisy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So that's one. So yeah, I've got and I just want to show you this. It's just over here.
Mm-hmm.
Coaching session last week with my beautiful friend Christy, who lives in America.
Mm-hmm.
She recommended this book to me, and I have heard it before.
Mm-hmm.
And the minute she started talking about it, it was like, bing, okay, straight on Amazon, let's order it. So it's called, I don't know if you've heard of this one. It's called
Oh, I've
Women Who
heard
Run
of
with the
that.
Wolves.
Yes, I've heard of it.
Yeah, Women Who Run with the Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola Estes.
Mm-hmm.
And a it's very much about matriarchy, I believe.
Mm.
Wild women and deeply spiritual. I can't wait. So I know that if I start it now, this won't get finished. So
No.
I need to pace myself, but I can't wait. So yeah, that one's gone straight to the top of my to be read pile.
Brilliant, brilliant. I'm
Yeah.
one of these people who I'll listen to the book on audiobook and then I'll be like, oh my God, I have to buy that book so I can read it properly. And then I buy it and then I never read it. But it's in there. It's in there. And
Yeah.
that's the main thing. The one book
Yeah.
that I have finished recently though is this one, funnily,
Oh
Transurfing.
yes.
Yeah, Transurfing in 78 Days, a practical course to creating your own reality. I have actually created a book group around this that is still running. We meet every Wednesday night and we just take all of the reality transurfing principles and we talk about how it is like how we've sort of integrated it into our lives and how it's helped us to understand and be able to create a better internal experience for ourselves, so hence a better reality for ourselves. So I have actually just finished, this is the first book I've actually finished reading in ages, only because I had to do videos for the group.
Yeah. Okay.
I sort of had to read. So it's just like little bite-sized pieces of transurfing. So you can get through it like really, really quite quickly. But it just is very much, they're all very thought-provoking ways
Yeah. So
of
that's the snippets of the big
a
mama
big
book that you got, isn't it? Yeah.
Big Mama book is like it's like
Huge. The phone book. Yeah.
or something. Yeah, so it's a
So is
bigger.
that like condensed into more
It's just
easier
like
absorbed
yeah,
chunks?
it's just like the chicken nuggets of it. So
Yeah, got it.
yeah, but really, really interesting little snippets. So yeah, so that's
Okay, I'll link all the books in the show notes.
yes,
But
absolutely.
yes, I'm always on what else can I learn? What else can I know? I'm fascinated by this stuff. I just want to absorb all the information. And sometimes it will really come out in what I'm talking about during events, or it'll become part of my new philosophy, or quite often it's just, okay, I'll expand on that and make a Instagram post about it just to put my spin on it or my take on it. Yeah.
Yeah, yep, 100%. Yep, love it. Love it.
Yep. But you've gone to the effort of making a book club about
But
about your book. So
I
you're
often
living
think
it. Yeah.
whenever something really lights me up, I'm right, like how can I rope in my community into it as well? And how can I create it as part of my business as well? Because I mean we have got I would love to talk about this stuff, dive into this stuff, do courses about this like spirituality, consciousness, why are we here? What's it all about? I would love to be doing that
Yeah.
like as a full-time job. So if I can find a way to create some income around doing what I love, which is what we are actually all here to do,
Yeah.
is to create a life around the thing that we love, then I will do it. So if something lights me up, I don't hesitate. I do not wait $200 or passing go. I just say, right, how can I create something around this? And so that's what I've done. So there's 8 ladies in my little book club, and Yeah, it's very cool. We meet every Wednesday night. So last night, you'll actually love this topic, Millsy. We were
Yeah.
talking about pendulums. So in reality transurfing, there is a concept called pendulums, and pendulums are
And
energy.
they're not the hangy ones, are they?
Although you can kind of pendulum, exactly that thing, but think of that thing as an energetic entity sucking energy from wherever it is. So, and here's the thing, you can either decide to jump on that pendulum and swing on it and allow it to feed off your energy, or you can decide, not going to. And here's the thing though, not all pendulums are bad. Like there are some pendulums that we love to jump on because they make us feel good and they allow us to meet with our people. So if you think of like the Taylor Swift pendulum, for example, like massive pendulum, people love swinging on that because they love the community, they love exchanging friendship bracelets, they love her music, it makes them feel good, they can relate to it. So if it makes you feel good, if the pendulum is giving you more than what it's taking, well, then jump on that thing and swing like a chimpanzee. But you kind of then have to evaluate when it comes to the things that hook you emotionally, that make you feel a certain way. If it is starting to take more than what it's giving you, then it's time to consider, do I start jumping off this pendulum? So it's all about you staying awake and realizing that everything's a pendulum, and do I want to jump on this pendulum, and is it going to keep on giving me more than what it's taking from me? So you know that you've been hooked by a pendulum when you feel a certain way, when you're emotional about something, either for good or for bad. It's like, I've been hooked. So say, for example, like protests, anti-abortion protests, let's just say, that's a big pendulum, right? That's very polarizing, right? You're either for it or not. And here's the thing with pendulums, the pendulum doesn't care which way you're sitting. As long as you're sitting on a polar end of it, you're still feeding the pendulum. So if you're against it, you're feeding it because you feel a certain way about it. If you're for it, you're feeding it because you feel a certain way about it.
So do we want to feed the pendulum, or do we want to be neutral to it?
If it's serving you, absolutely. Okay. Pendulums can also be things like, so what we were talking about last night was like office drama, as an example. So getting roped into office drama is a pendulum. Or if you are in a job that, you don't particularly like, it's a pendulum, right? So you're swinging from it. You jumped on it because it was giving you something. So it's giving you money in exchange for
service
and time, right? So I definitely look at my job as a pendulum because I do 2 night shifts a week. That to me is the perfect balance of that pendulum, because I am giving up, 10 hours of my time overnight. So it's costing me a lot of energy to be there, but I get a lot more money doing the night duty. So I feel like that's even. But if I try and do 5 night duties a week, then I feel like that pendulum is costing me more energy and time than the money it's giving back to me. So I'm like, right, it's taking more than what it's giving, so I'm jumping off.
Right.
So looking at that pendulums, looking through it the lens of we're talking about human needs, so the 6 core human needs from Tony Robbins. So the top 4, if you know what they are. So the first,
I do.
We all have human needs, right? All got needs. And these aren't human would-be nices. They actually, we need these. We need these as humans.
I've got them right here. Yeah.
Really? Okay. Let's go. Number 1.
Certainty.
So we need certainty. We want security. We want to know what's happening next. We want to feel safe, right?
Yeah.
Number 2 is
uncertainty / variety.
Exactly. So that's like, because we
need to be a bit of spontaneous. Yeah.
So we need to feel safe and certain, but we also want a little bit of excitement, a little bit of drama. Then we've got number 3, which is
significance
and importance. So I'm unique, I matter, I want to notice me kind of thing. So it's that kind of, that's your significance and importance. You want to stand out, you want to be seen as an individual with your own unique gifts and talents and contribution to the world. Then you've got number 4,
which is connection and love.
Connection and love. Belonging. You want to feel like you belong somewhere, that you're connected.
Community. Yeah.
So what you'll notice about those top 4, and the other 2 are growth and contribution.
Growth and contribution. Yep.
So we won't talk about those. What we will talk about, though, is those top 4, right? So what you'll notice about the top 4 human needs is that security and then variety, polar opposites of each other. Security is knowing what happens, having some certainty around what's happening next, and then insecurity or variety is like, I don't know what's happening next, and it's exciting and da-da-da-da-da. So they're like opposites of each other, right? And then you look at significance and importance.
Yep.
And connection and belonging.
Yep.
They're also polar opposites, because on this side with the significance importance, it's all about me, look at how unique I am. But then when it comes to connection, you want to belong, you want to be part of something.
All about you. Like, all about the other.
That's it. You want to blend in. So they're polar opposites of each other. So we're really fighting a losing battle between the swing between wanting to stand out and be unique, but also wanting to belong and be connected somewhere, wanting that safety and security and feeling comfortable and having that excitement and drama in your life. So where do we find the happy medium? And again, it comes back down to that pendulum principle. And to be honest, I actually don't think Vadim Zeland in the book has actually, I think this might be my own principle that I've created, which I'm very proud of myself. But coming back down to that, I know, right? I come up with these little gems every now and again. But it all comes down to, if it is costing you more than what it's giving you, it's time to swing it back the other way. So if your need for security and safety and certainty is costing you more than what it's giving, so costing you more by keeping your world really small, not wanting to leave the house because you don't know what's going to happen, not wanting to start that business because there's no certainty around it, not living your dreams because you don't know what the outcome's going to be, that need for security, the pendulum swung too far over, it's costing you too much, it's costing you your life and your sense of adventure,
your peace.
That's it. So it's like, so swing it back to the other way of the uncertainty and the adventure and the drama. But same goes, if your pendulum is too far over in the uncertainty and need for excitement and adventure, that's going to cost you your peace, because you're never going to know what's going to happen. You're never going to have money in the bank because you're going to go, stuff it, I'm just going to spend it on whatever I want because I'm wacky and crazy. Like, so that's going to cost you your security. So then it's time to like swing it back into the middle. So that's kind of the conversation that we're talking about last night. And I know, right? And like when you talk about like significance and importance, if the pendulum is too far over in significance and importance, you're going to have a lot of you're going to have like a superiority complex by saying, look at me, look at how good I am, look at my gifts, look at my talents, me. That's going to cost you connection and belonging, because people are going to go, your head's too big, I can't be bothered with you. But then if you swing too far into the connection and belonging, you're going to lose yourself, because you're going to be what you need to be to belong and to connect. So there needs to be that sort of balance of that pendulum. So that was our conversation last night. So yeah.
That's just brought me to thank you. That was amazing. That's brought me to I just pulled out my notes for this 4-day workshop that I was in Melbourne, April. And one of the things, because it really struck me, is so the facilitator of that course, Ray Behan is his name, he was talking about duality.
Ah, yes.
My notes here, it says, we must experience bad to know good. We must see black to see white, etc. You know, you've got your darkness and your light. You've got your fear as the other end of the spectrum to love.
Yeah.
And where there's matter, there's antimatter as well. So it's the order of divinity or divine order. It's this duality, like it's one of these laws, like the law of law of attraction, law of gravity. It's one of these. It's the law of duality. There has to be both, and his big thing is saying there is no good or bad. And I've heard you talk about, it's only the significance that you put on it is what makes it good or bad. So there's only the order. There's the order, and the good or badness of it is what we place upon that according to our own lives and our own experiences that we've been through in the past.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it's all I just love, when different people are kind of saying the same thing but in very different ways, but
Yeah.
it all shows us the same path.
Yes, absolutely. And this is what our spirit signed up for. Like
Yeah.
in spirit world, when we're out in the ether, when we're not connected to this 3D dense body, nothing is denied to us. Like we have a thought and boom shakalara, it comes into our experience like straight away. Like we nothing is denied to us when we
Yep.
are in spirit. But we signed up for this human experience because we wanted to experience limitation and that duality that you're talking
Yeah.
about. We wanted to have an experience to see what we're made of. Like this, Dolores Cannon would say, this is Earth School. It's the toughest curriculum that you can give your spirit because there's so much limitation and polarity to this Earth experience. But and a lot of us think like, I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for this suffering. I didn't sign up for this pain.
Little do you know.
You didn't, but your spirit did. Your spirit and your heart and your soul actually isn't concerned about the suffering side of it. It just wants to experience it to know what it is. And you think, oh, why would I want to experience it? It's like, well, if you are a spirit, how do you know what chocolate ice cream tastes like? Like you need to be a dense 3D body to
Yeah.
So,
When we're in spirit form, we don't necessarily appreciate just the beauty of having a nice hug. We
yeah,
don't get to feel what it's like with our toes in the sand, in the water, lapping on our feet. Like these are all beautiful sensations, and that we are here to experience. But then on the same time, because of that law of duality, that the divine order, we also have to have a heartbreak. We also have to have food poisoning. We also, we have to have this stuff to
yeah,
show us how, like, we wouldn't understand how good the good is unless
yeah,
we can measure it against the bad.
yeah, exactly. Like, how can we know what true love is if we haven't experienced true heartbreak? What is this dog?
Yeah.
Stop it, Mabel. She's got she's literally pulling the rug out from under me.
Oh,
She's got the rug.
Mabel.
Mabel, stop it. Come on. Stop. I'm trying to do a podcast for Mabel. Come here.
So it's a very interesting spin that, I like hearing other people, the way that, or what they've taken out of that and added to it to then pass on as more knowledge and information for us.
Yeah, and it's just I'm just endlessly fascinated by it. And when you think of like, so actually sent Millsy a link a couple of days ago, which she can put in the show notes if you like. It's definitely like an AI thing using Dolores Cannon's voice, but it's talking about the principles and the things that she spoke about when she was alive, and it's all about sort of what we signed up for in Earth School. And we chose the body that we're in. We chose our parents, and because we knew that whatever we wanted to explore as a human, our parents were the ones in this time space reality where we were born was going to be the best time, place, and people to be able to allow us to explore that thing we wanted to explore as a spirit. So even though, like, we will say, I would never have chosen my parents, or I would never have chosen, but it's like our spirits did, and we need to be very careful, because obviously it can sound a lot like victim blaming. It's like, well, I didn't ask for this abuse, and it's like, no, but whatever abuse it's given your soul some kind of curriculum lesson to learn.
But the person that you've become to survive that trauma is the gift that you give to the world.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a concept that a lot of people just don't want to hear it. They're like,
Yes.
no, I never chose to be disabled, or I never chose to be abused, or what have you.
Yeah.
But again, that's all part of the negative side of things, so that we can know the good side of things too, or we can become the good, so that we can be that person to bring healing into other people that have felt that as well.
Yeah.
So it's all for our soul's expansion.
That's the key word, expansion. Not yet. And that's a really interesting thing. So, of course, I had a conversation with ChatGPT about it just this morning.
Yeah.
She said, and Dolores says, here's a really good line. I've just pulled it up here. It's actually not about, what did she say? Like, it's not about, here we are. So Dolores Cannon, Michael Newton, and Journey of Souls is some of the resources that ChatGPT has pulled from it. And it says they describe something like this. So souls choose incarnations. So this is just one theory of thought. Whether it resonates with you or not, please take it with a grain of salt. So souls choose incarnations. They choose their parents, their bodies, their challenges, and their relationships. So your soul chooses it. Earth is considered an advanced school because of the illusion of separation. So we as 3D humans, we feel like we're separated from God, but we're actually always connected through our emotional state. So it doesn't say that, but that's what I believe. Like our connection to source energy is our internal guidance system, which is our emotions. So if we are feeling low vibe emotions, it's because our higher source energy self is saying, there is a belief that you have here that is not working for you. So what do you have to believe about yourself and your world to feel this way? And then dive into that belief. So here's the kicker. The goal isn't happiness. The goal is expansion of consciousness through experience. That's the kicker. We think we're all here to be happy and that would be a great byproduct, but for our soul actually doesn't give a shit about happiness. It cares about the experience that it's having.
Love that.
So that's very...
Read it again.
So the goal isn't happiness. The goal is expansion of consciousness through experience.
Love that.
Yeah.
So is that a quote of Dolores, or is that what?
That is just what ChatGPT...
Oh, okay.
So the question that I asked it, so here's me. This is how I talk to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Good morning, Chatty. I have been listening to a lot of Dolores Cannon, and there is talk about Earth School. Our spirit signed up for this, and consciousness comes from the moments of suffering. Now, this was my question. So this is where we learn our spirits. This is where we learn our spirits our deepest lessons. So where we learn our spirit learns its deepest lessons. We choose the experiences we have, our parents, our bodies, all the challenges they bring, because we know that these will teach us what our spirit wants to learn. This feels like truth for me, but I really want to hear your pull from vast areas of knowledge. Can you tell me how we can alchemize, learn from, and transcend our suffering? What do the experts say in your opinion? So that's
a deep question.
I know. I love my ChatGPT because ChatGPT has got access to all of the thought leaders around this. So instead of me reading, books for the next 20 years, it can just pull it and so it's interesting. So it says that about Dolores Cannon. Then it talks about Buddhism, and it says Buddha didn't say life is suffering. He said suffering arises. This is really good too. Suffering arises because we resist reality and cling to how we think things should be.
So it's good. Yeah.
We have nothing to eat.
We'll have something to eat, darling. I will get you something in a bit. Ashton's off of school today because of the teacher strike. He said suffering arises because we resist reality and cling to how we think things should be. So instead of accepting reality how it is, who was it? I think it's Eckhart Tolle said the non-acceptance of what is the cause of all suffering.
Yeah.
So instead of just going, okay, it is what it is, what can I do with it? How can I learn from it? We're like, oh, I wish it was this, and oh, why didn't he say this? And I wish this didn't happen, and la 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 la. So that's our pain, our not acceptance of how things are. So pain is inevitable. Suffering is often the struggle against pain. So one of the now I've never heard of this before. One of my favorite ideas from Buddhism is the second arrow. So this is the name of the story. The first arrow is life. So someone leaves you, you lose money, your body ages. And the second arrow, so something happens to you. Oh, first arrow. The second arrow is the story you create around the first arrow. So the second arrow is the story. I'm a failure. This shouldn't have happened. I'll never recover. And often the second arrow hurts more than the first.
And that's all negative bias stuff as well, I note. Like, if so a lot of suffering is an amplifier to what's really going on inside of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember hearing money does the same thing. Money is an amplifier, and alcohol is an amplifier as well. So if we are a happy person that's, generous of spirit, all the rest of it, alcohol is going to make us happy. Like, yay, everything's on me. Or money makes us, yes, I'm gonna spend. I'm gonna gratitude. You know what I mean? But if you're a miserable tight ass and you're a bit of a grump, alcohol's going to make you worse, and money, it's going to make you
it'll amplify the grumpiness. Like you will
like if you're a generous person, money will make you more generous. But if you're not a generous person, money's going to make that gap seem even bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
So funny. When I did the, if anyone hasn't done the Alex Tripod Money AI thing, give it a go. It's $11, but like 16, I think Australian, US it's 11. But it was so good. It helped me really dive around. It was 5 days worth of just diving into my beliefs around money. And one of the things that came up for me, amongst the many things that came up for me during that, was I am naturally a very generous person. Like, I would love to wholeheartedly give all of my family and friends whatever they wanted. Lila would love a car, and there's things that I would love to do for my family, like take my husband on holidays and things like that. But my restriction around money is such that I'm not able to do that. So it's really making me into someone who I'm not, because I've had to kind of, if I give something now, I'm like, oh, you really look after that, because it was pretty expensive. So so there's always like this caveat of like, I have to let them know how much it costs, kind of thing, so they appreciate it. So whereas my true self, I would be just really, really giving. So that was something that kind of came up with my money things as well. So anyway, just a little side note. So yeah. She also said about Carl Jung. Jung believed that what we reject becomes our shadow. So life doesn't stop giving us the lesson; it simply changes costume. So different partners, same wound; different boss, same wound; different financial situation, same wound, until unconsciousness catches up. So his famous line, which I say all the time: "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will run your life, and you will call it fate." Say, like, oh, why can't I find the right man? Oh, why am I always broke? Why? It's like there's a reason, there's an unconscious pattern running the show. And until you unearth that, you're just going to keep on playing the same record.
Yeah.
Over and over again. So
I feel that. Yep. That's come up in my life just recently. And again, about money, because always had enough. Like, never not been able to pay a bill, but never been able to do anything extravagant, right? So recently, my husband, he's an electrician. He was doing a few cashies, was able to get a bit more, a couple of $1,000 in over the last month or so. And it's like, woohoo, we can plan that little getaway we wanted to do. No. So my car is costing me a fortune at the moment, and the latest thing I'm about to get a quote for is the timing chain, and they've said it'll be around $2,000. So again, that's just sucked up any you know, plus that we had, because we've always had enough.
Yes.
But we've always never quite had more than enough. So if that's a subconscious belief, I've just made that come true, haven't I? So
and this is the thing that she's talking about with this, just to go off on another tangent. I hope that the listeners are really digging this conversation. So I'm fucking loving it. It's all about, so where's my, hang on. I printed out all of my money stuff. No, that's not it. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Oh my God, where is that got? Oh, here it is. So so when I did the money AI thing, that's all my beliefs. So 58 pages of limiting money beliefs that I have, and I've highlighted and tagged all the things that I thought that were really significant. So that's what we're carrying it around, right? Yes. So what she does on day 2, so she talks about, we've got a money thermostat, right? So you know how a thermostat works, like if you set it to a certain temperature, if it gets too hot, the air conditioning will kick in and bring it down. If it gets too cold, the heating will kick in and bring it up. We have a money thermostat where we feel comfortable. And my money thermostat is always same as you. I've always got money for bills and always got money for the things that I need. Like we're never without food or anything like that. But anything extra, forget about it. Have never got it. And my money thermostat is always like, I've got $6,000 limit on my credit card at that 4.5 mark in the red. That's where I always seem to hover. If it gets below, something will happen and we'll top it up again. So I'll get a
That's become your default comfort zone. Yeah.
My thermostat. Yeah. And that's where I feel comfortable. So it's all about finding out the beliefs, who you feel yourself to be around money, your worthiness around money, and how much value you feel like you have as a person, and yet why you can't, how you handle your money. So like one of the things that I do with money is as soon as I get paid, like the minute that money hits my account, because it's a responsible thing to do, I divvy it up into, so I put like, I see how much the electricity bill is, so I pay off that so it's not one big hit. I pay off some of the gas bill, I pay off some of the water bill, I pay off the rates, and I do this every fortnight. So then what I'm left, and then I pay a little bit off the credit cards, and then I'm left with like a few $100s that runs out within a week, and then I'm pulling back on the credit card that I've just paid off.
Yeah, to get you through the rest. Yeah,
a second bank account, but that's my default. So it was about sort of leaning into all of that, and that I'm running on like a what did she say? She said that I'm running on something. But it's like survival. I'm running on survival with money. And even though it looks responsible for me to be divvying out that money, my nervous system feels threatened if I'm just holding money for the sake of holding money. And my nervous system is like, this should be paying something off. This should be doing something, And so I'm like, oh, I've got to get rid of it. I've got to get rid of it. And then I'll create something, like I'll smash into a car and need to pay an insurance excess, or, something will happen. So it's just really interesting how creative and really how powerful our unconscious mind is, that we can pull these things into our reality to keep our belief systems in check. And if we can use that for good, how powerful would we be? Like I can create a car accident to bring my thermostat down.
We are literally manifesting all of the time. So unless we manifest in a very conscious way, it's the unconscious which is running the show. So unconsciously, we're all going, we've always got enough to get by, but anything more, we, for whatever reason, don't deserve it, don't whatever. So we come up with all these reasons as to where our money goes.
Yeah.
Because we don't think we're worthy or deserving of more.
Or like, so some of the limiting beliefs, I actually need to go down and actually put them in point form, all of the things that I believed about myself with money. So it's just I'm trying to think of something that's going to, like, sharing something that's going to be useful around actually how to hold it. But what she actually suggested for me was to have a fund, and that's why I palmed off that extra money to you from the event that's happening on September 11, Friday. If you're in Adelaide, please come along.
We'll come back to that. Yeah.
Because I wanted, she said, create an account where you just put a small amount of money in that's just yours and untouchable, just to expand your nervous system around holding money and not needing to flip it off immediately.
And watch it grow?
Yes. And just
nice.
There. So I have the potential to
like a safety net?
No, not even that.
No,
she said,
no.
that. She goes, it's just yours because fuck it, you deserve it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's just so I've just called it my wealth fund, and I've put my first fortnight $50 in. But I do have the ability to save, but it feels safer for me to create debt and pay it back, because I'll definitely will pay it back, because that's just how I pay.
Yeah.
Than to save up for something. Like, to save up for something doesn't feel safe. It just doesn't feel, it feels uncomfortable in my nervous system. That's expansion, like that slight bit of discomfort that you feel. That's the expansion. So yeah, it was really interesting. The things that were coming out were like, yeah. Oh, look, I wrote that. This is a classic line here. I wrote here, I would love to be me. I would love to be just me without wondering if it's enough. Because I was saying how, like, my business isn't as, you know, isn't replacing my nursing income. And, you know, people are sick of my shit. They're not buying because they're sick of me, and because I'm not getting very many likes or comments on my posts and things, not nearly as much as what I used to. And she's like, you have just based your entire self-worth on the most unpredictable system in the world. Like, organic Facebook likes, it's like hardly exists. It's basically non-existent anymore. People mindlessly scroll without liking or commenting. They consume content without putting anything back these days. So I'm basing my whole self-worth and the worth of my business on an algorithm that's dying, basically. So so that was just interesting. So yes, I'm holding myself back because I feel like people are sick of me, but that's a belief that I've created in myself. People aren't sick of me. They're just not commenting the way that they used to. And that goes right back to a childhood wound of having two sisters, or one in particular, that really couldn't stand my bigness and was always cutting me down. She was always, you know, you're too much, like show off, pick your nose and blah, 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 always that tall poppy syndrome. If I got too happy or too overzealous or too much of a kid, she would just cut me down. And so I would always feel like I was doing this dance of, like, not wanting to be boring because I didn't want to be like them. So I wanted to be fun, and I didn't want to be dull, but I didn't want to be too much either. And so I've been playing life, going from one foot to the other, trying to stand out but not be too much all at the same time.
So you're flipping between significance and connection.
Yeah, and belonging.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's freaking exhausting.
Yeah.
And so even to the point where I was sort of saying, like, me having a son with special needs, that makes me stand out, but not enough to be unrelatable as well. So she's like, even though, like, I'm not going to say that you manifested, you know, a son with special needs specifically for that purpose, but you found an advantage from it because it's made you stand out. And it's like, look at Kerry doing all of this amazing stuff. She's working, she's a mum, she's special needs, she's doing night duty, she's creating her own business, and she's got a special needs son. Like, wow. So it makes me stand out, but not so much that I'm unrelatable to people. But look, she's still suffering. She's still in the trenches with us. And it's like, so yeah, it's interesting how I'm keeping myself big but not too big, and small but not too small.
You put in a cap on it. Yeah.
We get a bit like a thing.
How dare you hold yourself back from the world?
I know.
We need your gifts. We need your light.
So yeah,
so no big baby.
This is saying, like, you can be unique, just like, not, what did she say? It was worded really well. It was like you can be this and that, not this or that.
Yeah.
So yes, you can have it all. So here we are. Oh, here's what she said. This is brilliant, right?
Mm.
So, because I was talking about, did I manifest, my circumstance with Ashton? You
Mm.
didn't manifest the circumstance, but you may have noticed somewhere along the way that the circumstance gave you something, this gave me chills, a legitimate reason to be extraordinary without fully committing to being extraordinary.
Mm.
That kicked me in the guts. I'm like, oh my God, I've just been freaking called out. A way to stand out that no one can take you down a peg for, because who's going to cut down the mum with the special needs child who's still showing up, still running a business, and still going live every morning?
Yeah,
That was a kick in the guts.
that's a good one.
It's the perfect cover. I say this with complete compassion, not judgment. It lets you be impressive without being threatening.
There you
It
go.
lets you be visible without being too much, because the narrative isn't look how amazing I am. It's look how amazing I am despite everything I carry. And that despite is the permission slip, the qualifier that makes your standing out acceptable. Oh, my God.
Boom.
Then here's the boom. You're allowed to be remarkable and have it be hard and not need the hardness to justify the remarkability.
Wow.
Those things can all be true at once.
Yeah.
So
That hits, doesn't it? Yeah.
it really gave me a kick in the guts, because I was like, it is the perfect cover. It's like, look at how good I am because of this. And it's like, I can be good. It doesn't matter for the rest. I can just be good.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Like I can just stand out just because I want to stand out. Or
Yeah.
it's just interesting, really interesting. So that was the Alex AI, the Alex Money AI thing. So yeah, jump on it if you haven't. It's very interesting. Like, and obviously,
Wow.
but you can only do it for 5 days and then decide if you want to keep on doing it or not. But it was so interesting. It was like, that was just like, wow, yep, been called out big time. Yeah.
Yeah. Fascinating. That's good.
That's
Wow.
the kind of depth it goes into. It's like the thing when you do, especially this shadow work stuff and diving into the beliefs and the stories you've created and the things you believe to be true, it takes a radical amount of self-leadership and self-responsibility to say, yep, I have on some level created this, because it's very easy to go into victim blaming. Oh, it's not me, it's them. Oh, it's not me, it's my relationship. It's not me, it's my husband. It's if I didn't have this kid, then I would be able to do this. Very easy to put it all back out there, but it's like, I've created this on some level. And when you take that radical responsibility, and it's not victim blaming, it's just like, okay, this is where I am. And the acceptance of that whole acceptance of what is, this is where I am. I've created it on some level. What do I do with it now? Interesting.
Yeah. And so much of what you've just been talking about, that's now part of your narrative, and that's part of what you can help other people to break through with. So
yeah,
we can't take a client where we haven't been ourselves. So it's all part of the journey of being able to share and be a light for other people.
exactly. Yeah. So and I really feel like in my human design, I have got the channel of struggle, which sounds like a shit one, but that's what it's all about. It's about finding, alchemizing the struggle in life. So yeah. So what Chat GPT said, because my main question was, how can we use the suffering that we've endured in life? Like, how do we alchemize it and make it into gold? And so so they've come up with like five steps, and I'm like, there's definitely another program in this, or incorporating it into a program that I'm going to be running soon, which is called the afternoon shift. Everyone, if you want early bird pricing, jump on. But yeah, it was really interesting about like, how it all fits and how to integrate the suffering. So it said, so feel it straight away. Don't analyze it. Don't judge it. Feel whatever's coming up for you, because you've got to feel to heal. And that's a whole step in itself.
Yeah, that's a podcast in that.
Absolutely. Find the identity it created. So the event isn't the deepest wound, it's the meaning we made from it.
Yeah.
Dad left, I must be I must not be lovable. Business failed. I'm not capable. Partner criticized me. I need to be perfect. So it's like, who did the suffering make you into?
Yeah.
Or choose you were going to become because of it.
Yeah.
Sure. The dog. Find the gift without pretending the pain was good. So instead of saying, I'm grateful I was abused or I'm glad I got cancer, say, like, you can say, I hate that happened and look who I became because I refused to stay there.
That's it. And that's the key point. Yeah.
That's
Who do you become in your struggle or trauma?
Mm.
Because that's what that's the person you're here to be.
Exactly. And like even like diamonds go under an intense amount of pressure to become diamonds. Like, without the pressure, the coal would still be a lump of coal. So yeah. And then step 4, integrate the shadow. Every trigger asks, what part of me still believes this? And this is where pendulum work fits in beautifully. The pendulum isn't asking us to become one extreme. It's inviting balance. So the balance between security and adventure, the balance between significance and connection, the balance between control and trust. Every trigger reveals, this is good. Every trigger reveals where we are swinging too far.
Mm.
And then 5, choose differently. This is where consciousness expands, not because life changes, because we change. The same circumstance now meets a different identity, and that's how you transcend it. So I'm like, there's a whole program in that for sure. So yeah.
For sure. You heard it here first, people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been digging deep.
I've been digging deep. So that's just money. Don't even get me started on my health and body chat that I've created as well, and some of the wild and wacky stories I've created around my health and my weight and what I'm capable of there. So yeah.
We're never done with the work, are we? We're just there's always another layer. There's always another shadow. There's always another limiting belief to bust through.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. If you are ever wondering, so here's a hot tip for those listening at home. If you ever are wondering, do I have a limiting belief around this? Always think of the experience that you're having around something. So if it's a relationship, a friendship, a job, a business, career, money, whatever it is, if you're not enjoying the experience around that thing, you've got a limiting belief around it. So reality is a mirror. I've said this many times before. It is reflecting back to you your beliefs, your thoughts, your definitions, what you believe things to mean. You are putting that data into the mirror, and the mirror is just reflecting it back to you. So if you are not enjoying your experience around something, what is the data you are putting in your mirror? So ask yourself, what do I need to believe about myself and my reality for me to be having this experience? And that's going to get you down the rabbit hole. And put it into ChatGPT. Like, just get the free version and whack it in. It might limit how many responses it gives you if you don't buy a version of it, but like it will. It's a great tool, and it's not going anywhere. People are like, AI, it's taking over, but it's not going anywhere, and you might as well use it. Like, I have been using it for the last 3 weeks to dive into so much stuff, and it's helped me uncover so many layers of just the bullshit that I've created around different areas in my life, and we've all done it.
For sure.
Yeah. So there you go. Hot tip.
There you go. Thank you. Love that hot tip.
Yeah.
So we've got an event coming up soon, Kaz.
We sure do. So September 11th. So we have centered it around the Big Boss Catch-Up. So every couple of years, our styling group of 2,000 women come together in Adelaide. Not all 2,000 of us, obviously, whoever can get there. But we have a big event.
So it's the 12-year bash this year, which is on the Saturday.
12 years of boss.
So we've decided, well, let's jump on that. And Kez is obviously going to be in town, so we can't let that opportunity pass without getting together. So we're at Bar Cuba, which is within the Union Hotel on Weymouth Street, so not far from Rundle Mall, etc. 2 o'clock in the afternoon through till 4:30. Your entry fee gets us doing, we're each going to do like a bit of a keynote talk. We're also then going to open it up for the last bit and to basically ask us anything, and we will just do our best to answer anything. And we may end up just, if no one's got anything much, we'll just end up rabbiting on as we do.
Yep, we'll just riff, we'll just do our thing. Yep.
Yeah, we will. You get some drinks, you get some cocktail food. Beautiful, beautiful room that we're in. Very sexy room.
Very moody, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Velvet smoking jackets to.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah.
Yeah. And then you're free to do your own thing at night. We've got a dinner.
Yeah. But it's going to be awesome, because the two things that me and Mills are going to be talking about. So I'm going to be talking about self-sabotage and getting into the real nitty-gritty. Like, obviously I love diving into the shadow work of things. Why do we do, like, we know what we want, why don't we freaking do it? Like, what stops us every time? And the truth of the matter is, we do what we do because we get something out of it. And we wouldn't do it if there was no benefit,
payoff,
or perceived benefit. So I'm going to be diving right into the shadows around self-sabotage and exactly why we do it. And that's going to lead beautifully into Millsy's talk, which is all about.
It's the midlife awakening. It's the great unfawning. You might have heard of fight, flight, freeze, and newly coming on board, well, just about 30 odd years ago, the fawn. And women in particular are almost groomed to be fawners. The way we people please, the way we put ourselves last, the way we put on a smile and pretend that everything's terrific when we've completely abandoned ourselves. So
sabotage.
Right. So I had a moment. I was listening to a podcast. What would you know? And they were talking about self-abandonment, and I had to pull over. I remember it distinctly. It was February last year. I remember I had to pull over and I burst into tears going, oh my God, that's what happened to me. I remembered an event. I remembered what it did to me, and I had kept I basically disassociated from something that happened, and it turned me into a fawn. I became a fawner, and all the things. And it's not just because of that. I think women are groomed to be that way. Like, you're the good girl.
We get rewarded for it. Oh, she's
it's a
she's
societal expectation. Yeah. So if you want to, and yeah, that fits into that need of significance and connection and love. If you're the good girl, if you're the people pleaser, if you're the one, but I'd completely abandoned a whole part of myself. So now that I'm of this perimenopausal age, which, by the way, friggin' wonderful, I'm loving this new spark that I've got, because I'm questioning things I'd never questioned before.
It's not for the bullshit era, that's for sure.
No, I don't care anymore about keeping people comfortable. I now care about the truth.
Yeah.
And so it's the layers were getting unpeeled big time. So that's what I've got in store for you.
Fantastic. So they're going to be like big conversations, but
yeah,
we're going to be conversations over like lighthearted, like a G&T and finger food. Like, it is going to be the kind of chat that is not going to have you, I don't know, maybe you might cry, who knows, but like
there'll be laughter and tears, I'm guessing, probably just from me, but but no, we'll make it in a way that you'll have your aha moments. It'll give you things to think about. I like to give people some action steps as well, so that you're not like, okay, now that I've got this knowledge, what do I do with it now? What do I do? I feel, you don't want to be overwhelmed with this new information that you have. So it's empowering, because it feels like you can do something with it.
Exactly. So the next time when you're thinking, I need to I need to get healthier and watch my weight and put good things into my body. And then you reach for the Tim Tams. Like after the self-sabotage talk, you'll be like, oh, that's what Kerry said. I do what I do because I get something out of it. What am I getting out of having this Tim Tam instead of choosing something that I know is going to benefit me more? I don't do because what am I getting out of it? And like, it's just going to make you think and go down, and then you'll start journaling about it, and then you'll start to have realization, oh my God, I believe that to be true. Like one of my beliefs around health was like, who cares? Like it's not going to make a difference anyway because I'm putting on weight anyway, so who cares if I have the Tim Tam? But yeah, and it's like, well, yeah, it's like that. Yeah, it's whole different, but it will make you sort of go down the rabbit holes of thinking that have been in your subconscious soup for decades.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're gonna get something out of what we're talking about, and it will be fun, and you'll be in a room with other people that if you don't already know some of the people in the room, you will definitely know them by the end of it. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
It's going to be gangbusters, and there's going to be t-shirts. I've put together like a little t-shirt design, so I'm going to get one for Mills and Kez. If you want to order a t-shirt, you can order a t-shirt at the place. We're going to have merch, Millsy. Merch.
Oh my God. All right. All right. All right.
Next thing, merch, the Adelaide show. What's next? What's next? So Millsy's
It'll be great. All right. So I'll link below as well where you can get your tickets for, because yeah, we want everyone in the room. We don't want you to miss out. We're really excited for what we're bringing you, and you're going to get a piece of the action.
Absolutely. It's going to be gangbusters. Gangbusters. Can't wait. Excellent. Shall we sign off, Mills?
All righty. See
Okay.
you from me. Love
Thank
you. You're worthy. Mwah. Okay. Bye.